All right. I'm assuming Lyle's on blue-white control. He could be on Jeskai. Not sure. We'll have to wait until we get into it to get 100% confirmation of that. Eric, though, is our resident Boggles player, our Hexproof player. So we'll see how well things work out. So it is blue-white. Okay, so Lyle giving us that confirmation. He is on that blue-white control this week. Good way to start out the season with playing something you know that you're comfortable with. You know the way through the deck, how to navigate it best. So, and both players kind of taking that to heart as they get ready to go into game number 1 of round 3 here. Are you on the Jace and Teferi package or some variation between that? Okay, something I need to know about Modern. This is the first time watching. I think Modern has such an expansive deck base, right? This is our 3rd round, and we've seen two different decks each single round. So okay, you're on the 3 Jace, 2 Teferi style. Okay, I wasn't sure if you were running any Gideons or any other variants. Less Teferi, less Jace, anything for your list. Okay. Modern is very fast paced. It kind of follows that no deck should really be winning, but before turn 4, it is possible. There are crazy hands that people can get, crazy decks that people can play. One of the decks that I play does beat that rule and is capable of a turn 2 win if everything goes perfect. But it is probably the most fun to play, in my opinion, for the amount of decks, because you can play these super competitive top tier decks, but there's also those tier 2 lists, tier 3 lists that are just as competitive and you can have just as much fun with. So we're going to see how things work out, though, with blue-white control versus Hexproof. There's a whole list, actually. Here's another thing you can do, too. That is, if I could spell modern right, modern meta. That link is for a playlist of a bunch of different decks that exist or existed in 2017 and 2018 in the modern meta. So different variations of specific decks that has changed with bannings and unbannings and things like that over the time, but definitely a good first look of decks to expect to see in Modern. And our shop in particular is a little bit more aggressive than other shops, but there are still the control variants. There's still the mid-range. We saw Jund a little bit ago, but now we're starting it out blue-white control, and we see Colonnade coming in tapped. Eric have that pregame effect, and he says, hey, I'm going to play a ley line, so you can't target me, which is pretty cool. Not as mattering as much against blue-white control as against Jeskai, but still good to be putting out. So Ledgewalker comes out, that hexproof, and kind of essentially flying. Did I not call it a Ledgewalker? What did I call it? All right, 3 points of damage coming across with that Rancor getting added to the mix. Yes, I do like the Modern Magic subreddit. The playlist that I posted up there, every time that I record a new video of that, I post that up on the Modern subreddit. Okay. Oh, okay, that chat lag, just because of the glare. Yes, that is some of the things too, our lighting situation. We're doing our best to try to fix it, but there's always that glare closer to the bottom of the page there, the bottom of the screen for you guys. So here's another 3. Click is going to come on out, and let's see, is he going to target himself? Going to target Eric with it. Where is that target going? Says, hey, I'm going to have this flash in and enter. We'll see. Eric going to double check through exactly how that's working. Ah, okay, that's what's going on too. Okay, so Eric kind of making sure he knows exactly when he can respond to specific stuff. So Lyle kind of explaining through, hey, this trigger is going to go on the stack. You can respond while the trigger's on the stack before I can finish resolving the trigger, all right, and that sort of thing. And so it says, okay, cool. So before the trigger resolves, I'm going to path and do that. It says, well, I'll put this on the bottom and draw card. And Lyle giving some insight too, saying, I told him that he gets to know who I target before he responds as well, which is really important to know. So Lyle's on that, all the hate. 4 Field of Ruins, 1 Ghost Quarter in his list. Let's blow this up. We'll both get a land. How kind of you. I don't know how many planes Eric's running right now. Looks like at least one more. Okay, I looked away for a second. I'm assuming with all them coming out, we did see a timely reinforcement. So Lyle will gain 6 life. Get 3 blockers. Ledge walkers out though. Three 1/1 soldier dude vans coming across here. And let's just Supreme. Let's wipe the board clean. Oh, did he attack with that? And I missed it? With the Daybreak coming out there? I missed some life every now and again because, you know, Daybreak does give it +3/+3, first strike, vigilance, and lifelink. So if that's the case, I'll adjust some life totals. Yeah, you like that? Creature type, soldier, dude, man. Okay, gain 5. Let me do some adjustments. $22. So that means you took 5. Oh, 6. 3. Oh yeah, from the 1 point of damage off the creature. The creature is not a 0/0, it's a 1/1. Alright, so we're making this guy real big. Here's the ethereal armor I'd like to try to put on that as well. And now Lyle's waiting. It looked like he had a cryptic in his hand. Counter that, I'll draw a card. Two, three. Is that spirit link that he has on there? Up at the top. I wasn't paying enough attention to how big this guy is, guys. Hi, Sophie. Lyle's at a lower life total. We're going to say he's at 12. But he's going to draw 2 cards. 2 Rancors. Okay. So Eric should be at 30 then, if that is that spirit link, so he gains more life. Ugh, 2 Rancors, that's just gross. Lot of card advantage coming out here for Lyle. Looks like he does have 2 Teferis. Okay, untap. Pass turn. So yeah, things are going to be a little tough now. It's like, hey, every end step I got to untap 2 lands. And yeah, Eric not really able to do much in that sort of situation there. So passes over. Lyle can start really gaining mega card advantage here. Start upticking, drawing cards for turn. It's got a lot of land set up, ready to go. Flashback, that Supreme Verdict. Says, okay, cool, these Rancors are coming back. This guy goes to the graveyard. And that's the thing, if you're playing against that Hexproof deck, if you've got the board wipes, if you've got the Edict effects, and really tax them, get rid of their threats. They're a low threat deck, so if you can keep them at bay like that, it works really well. I think this is one of the ways to do it, countering when they're trying to play a few creatures. Fighting through the counter magic does land a Glade Cover Scout. But Teferi is getting closer and closer to ult. Yeah, that's so gross. Like, what? Alright, so let's adjust life again. So I got distracted, as does happen from time to time. So Rancor, Spider Umbra, let's get some reach, let's get some totem armor going, and give him +1. So he is a 4/2 with reach. Trample. Uptick again. Next turn, Teferi could ult if he wanted. Let's just tap these and these. Not that one. Or that one. But this one. Not a targeted ability, sadly. Does not mess with Hexproof. Hate playing against that card. Let's get rid of them all. Comes back to my hand. That goes to my graveyard. So again, it's not destroying it, so that totem armor is irrelevant. And he's going to pass. He's got another Teferi here. So basically what's going to happen, or what could happen, Lyle could just say, ultimate Teferi, play my new Teferi, uptick, and just slowly just get rid of all of your lands. So here's my ultimate. I'm getting an emblem. Whenever I draw a card, I can exile permanent. So I can say, goodbye your leyline, goodbye your lands, goodbye everything. Trigger. Let's get rid of this one. Cryptic command. No. Oh. I forgot he had that hieroglyphic illumination. Draw 2 cards. Every time I draw, I'm going to exile something. So let's get rid of those too. And he's just like, yeah, okay, those go over there. I'll untap 2 of my lands. So I'll untap these 2. And Eric's just like, yeah, I see what's happening here. That was fun and all, but let's go to game 2. I mean, Lyle drew so many cards that game. And we're going to head into the sideboard here. Eric's going to go through and he's like, hey, can I double check Teferi, please, so I can make sure that I sideboard accordingly? card is gross. Probably will be even grosser in the next postmodern format. So Lyle bringing up a good point here in chat, saying that Eric brings in Rest in Peace, not realizing that blue-white has become a Rest in Peace deck itself, and turning off his 4 Rancors is going to hurt much more than my 2 Snapcaster. And he runs Griffspoon as well. So, yeah, definitely will affect him compared to the other way around, where, like, previously it's like Jeskai Control, they've got that Snap Bolt Snap as a win con and things like that, but, you know, they're all about the Snapcasters. So, looking like bringing that in will definitely, you know, have an effect, but we'll see, because, you know, the Rancors were a big part of Eric's gameplay for Game 1, so we'll see how it works out, though, going into Game 2. All right, let's go. 18. Glaive Cover Scout. I was going to fetch down to 19. And a Serum. Oh, 17. Let's go. So he will lose point for that one. We see the Hyena Umbra coming out, followed by a second Hyena Umbra. So Eric will drop to 17. 1, 2, 3 damage coming across to Lyle. Lyle will drop down to 14. Eric is going low, he says. Let's go to 15. Follows it up with another scout. Miles going to 10. Alright, let's see what happens again. 3 more. Ledgewalker comes down behind it all. Ooh, Dryad Arbor hanging out. So 3 plus 4 should put Lyle down to 3. Or so 4 plus 1. Right, 4 or 6, and then he took 3 last turn, I believe, that I missed. But we're gonna pretend. We'll say he's about 6, give or take. Here's the op going down. Trigger. Do I want that? Yes. No. Maybe so. No. Let's throw that away. Try to draw another card. Timely reinforcement. Isn't that timely? Eric gonna blow that up, draw a card. Says, yeah, let's do it. Boom, boom, boom. Block, block, block. I'll take 1. Go to 11. Assuming I was paying enough attention. My math is right, but it could be off, guys. Flips. So blocker still here. Ability to draw cards. Eric looking for some Rancor, some way to kind of push through. Draws another creature. Takes 1 off of the Ledgewalker, goes to 10. We'll draw 2 cards off of it. with that hieroglyphic illumination. Let's draw more cards. Two more cards going to get drawn with that next hieroglyphic illumination. And like Lyle said, he does have that logic knot, so he can try to get some countering going. He's also got to negate just to straight up cancel that guy out, whatever enchantment Eric might be trying to go for. What kind of anarchy is this? Tapping his creatures two different ways. Right? I love when players do have little things they do like this just to, you know, because it tilts their opponents more than anything else. And players just are like, yep, I don't really care. I'm just going to turn them sideways. Go away, he says. Here is a scout. I tap my lands opposite attacking creatures, but that's for my own sanity. Yeah, I guess I kind of tap mine. I tap my stuff to the left, which I think most people tap theirs to the right, but I tap my stuff to the left for some reason. The opposite of what the tap symbol is. Ooh, Baneslayer Angel, gross. It does say it on the symbol. That's why I like to do it differently. Because the symbol tells me to tap it to the right, I'm like, no, we're not doing that. It's like playing white border cards, right? Just that extra little bit to like mess with your opponent, get in their head. It's like, why are you tapping your stuff that way? What? Ooh, that's nice. Lyle said Friday I played all 7th edition matching basics in my draft deck. That's even better. I used to tap my creatures based on their perspective. Like Thought-Knot Seer to the left, but Smasher to the right, but people got uncomfortable. Is it time? Let's do some searching. It's gone to the Sunken Ruin. Gonna be zipping around the top of the deck. Finds a cryptic command. Blow up that. Let's find a basic. Untap, draw a card. Again, that fear of Colonnade activation keeps Eric at bay here. There's the Supreme. Chris Moon going into the graveyard with the Scout. Enough mana left so Lyle can either Cryptic or, if he wanted, search again. Here's another Ledgewalker, which he's just going to say, nope, we're not going to let that happen. Let's counter, and I'll draw another card. If we learned anything from this match, Lyle loves to draw cards. Bane Slayer Angel coming down now. Coast seems clear enough to really finish things off. I asked Eric his favorite pizza topping, Supreme. We see a path try to get used. Negate does put a stop to that, and still 2 mana left if he needs more counter magic to go off. And with that handshake, things are done and over with. Where's my... There we go. I'm getting lower and lower in the chair, guys, as the night goes on. I like it. Gave him a taste of his own lifelink confetti there. Alright, let's sit up a little bit. There we go. Doing better, guys. So, we just finished up round number 3. Means we've got one more round to go to finish up week number 1 here. So let's just hop over. No use waiting around and chit-chatting too much. You know, we spent a lot of time in previous seasons dissecting the matches and stuff like that, but